All right, hi everybody. This is the Math 31 Integration Review. This is question 5b. We're going to figure out the area between this curve and the x-axis from -4 to 1, but we really do need to get a sense of what this looks like. So the first thing we're going to do here is find the x-intercepts. So we're going to let this equal to 0, and I notice right away that I've got a common x here. That's going to leave me with a quadratic when I take out that x, so x squared plus 2x minus 3. So 0 is going to equal, oops, I'm going off there, x times, okay, what do we got here? X, let's say, plus 3x minus 1. Does that work? Yep. So my roots here are going to be 0, -3, and positive 1. So the function is going to look something like this. Something like this. It's going to go through 0, it's going to go through -3, it's going to go through 1. It's a positive, okay, the function here, if you look at it, is a positive cubic, meaning it's rising as you go to the right. So it's got to look something like this. And now I want you to evaluate this on the interval between -4 and 1. Okay, well, -4 is out here. So here's -3, here's 0, here's 1. So what's going to happen here is what I'm trying to get you to do here is I want this area plus this area plus that area. So there's 3 different regions here that we're looking at. So the area is going to be the integral from -4 to -3 of x cubed plus 2x squared, minus 3x dx. Okay, plus the integral from -3 to 0 of x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x dx, plus the integral from 0 to 1 of x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x dx. That's the area, or that's the function for the area that we're going to be looking at here. Now, additionally, I need to put absolute values around each of these sections, just because if any of these area pieces go negative, I don't really care about that. I don't want that to be an issue here. Now, so my area is going to be x to the 4th over 4 plus 2/3 x cubed, minus 3 over 2 x squared. This is the antiderivative of that expression. And so now I'm going to evaluate that between the above limits here. So we're going to evaluate this, well, here, we'll just set it up like this. And so now what we'll do here is we'll go the absolute value of a from -4 to -3 plus the absolute value of a from -3 to positive, or sorry, not positive, but to 0, plus the absolute value of a from 0 out to 1. Okay, now to figure this out, actually this should probably be the easiest thing to do would be to grab a calculator. Okay, so what we got to do here is we got to evaluate this expression here. So to start off with, we're going to plug in -4 to the 4 divided by 4 plus 2/3 of -4 to the power of 3 minus 3, okay, minus, what do we got here, 3 divided by 2 of -4 squared, and I'm going to subtract from that, what do we got here? That is going to end up being -3 to the power of 4, divided by 4 as well, divided by 4, plus 2 divided by 3, 2/3 of -4, or sorry, not -4, my mistake, -3 to the power of 3 minus 3 divided by 2 times -3 squared. Okay, so this first little bit here is going to be 103 twelfths. And we're going to add to that. Now we're going to do a very, very similar thing to this, except we're going to evaluate it at -3. Now notice when I plug in 0 into that, the whole thing is going to go away here. So this is really just going to be the function evaluated at -3. Okay, and so what do we got here? That's going to end up being -3 to the power of 4 divide by 4 plus 2/3 of -3 to the power of 3 minus 3 divided by 2 times -3 squared. This will end up being, and again, because the absolute values, this will end up being 45 over 4 and then we'll do the same thing but with the 0 here. Again, it'll be, we're just evaluating this at 1. So this is actually going to end up becoming 1/4 plus 2/3 minus 3/2. This will end up being 7 over 12. And actually, I'm starting to think I screwed up something here. I'm just going to take a quick look here because I believe this, when I plugged this in the calculator, that didn't end up being negative, and it should have. So I'm just looking to see if I made a mistake with that, or I was inconsistent, and it doesn't look like I was. I don't know what happened there. I'll double check this in just a moment. And so I've got 103 divided by 12 plus 45 divided by 4 plus 7 divided by 12. I'm going to get 245 over 12.